Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope you're all ready for a little midnight snack bonus upload. An upload about Nightmare Hall and the atrocities that occurred there. Before we get into it, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon and PayPal are in the description below. Merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman, Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, the links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It doesn't cost you a cent. Click that like button. It takes half a second. If you don't want to miss any of the informative and exciting uploads I put out daily, click that bell icon. And finally, please leave a comment. Why? Well, because these things, they help this channel to continue to grow and go. And folks, they matter. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get on with tonight's midnight bonus, shall we? Alright guys, tonight's midnight bonus is just a little upload, some information on Nightmare Hall, Dulce. Now, this is my own theory, I believe the creatures that we call the Crawler, what the creepypasta creature, the Rake, is named for. I believe these crawlers were created in Dulce, in the Nightmare Hall. It was a horrific place of horror, hence the name Nightmare Hall. Women were kidnapped from around the United States and possibly world, forced to do genetic modifications and just a lot of just atrocities occurred there. So anyway, let's get into this. The following is an excerpt from an article which appeared in a UFO-related publication. I do not know exactly who the author of the article is or what publication it appeared in. As the source sent this, only sent Xeroxes with no references. I'll relate the information as received. Lear directed my attention to a large map of Nevada, which delineates all of the areas which civilian maps coyly leave as uncharted military reserves. Right in the very center is a place called Area 51. It is our most secret complex. There are 1,900 people there. It takes presidential clearance to work there, and they are ferried in by aircraft in the morning and taken out by 5 o'clock in the evening. They have nothing to do with the saucers. The people who work on the saucers go up later in the afternoon and go home at about midnight. The saucer facility is called Espor. Espor is in the southwest corner of Area 51. Unfortunately, this facility and a similar setup near Dulce, New Mexico, may now belong to forces not loyal to the U.S. government or even the human race. It's horrifying for us to think that all the scientists we think are working for us are actually controlled by aliens. A deal was made with them in the latter part of the 60s. In exchange for technology, we would cover up the existence of the aliens. Apparently, this agreement, engineered by an arm of the government so covert that even the president may not be on a need-to-know list, also sanctioned the abductions of humans, which the aliens rationalized as ongoing monitoring of the developing civilization. We asked only for a list of the abductees. In 1973, the deal soured. Hundreds of people, thousands, were being abducted that were not on the list. In 78 and 79,
there was an altercation between us and the aliens in which they killed 44 of our top scientists and a number of Delta Force who were trying to free them. I am not sure where the altercation occurred. It could have been in Dulce, or it could have occurred in Groom Lake. This battle, Lear claims, left us bereft of our own facilities and some of our best scientists ever since. We have attempted to create a counter force to meet the alien challenge. The Strategic Defense Initiative was one such scheme. SDI, regardless of what you hear, was completed 2 years ago. That was to shoot down incoming saucers. The mistake was that we thought they were coming inbound. In fact, they were already here. They are in underground bases all over the place. It seems that the aliens had constructed many such bases without our knowledge, where they conduct heinous genetic experiments on animals, humans, and improvised creatures of their own devising. In a battle, even in a conflict as unusual as the Dulce Wars, there are bound to be prisoners of war or POWs. In his leading-edge report, researcher Val Valerian revealed the following. Dulce lab technician held. In early November of 1988, we received word that a scientist's son of BM is now being held in an underground facility at Fort Wayne, Colorado. The underground base is located in southwestern Colorado near the Ute Mountains. The son apparently worked at the genetic lab under Archuleta Mesa near Dulce, New Mexico, and finally grew disgusted with what he was observing. Subsequent probes into the retention of this person have yielded several interesting project names. His father, BM, apparently encountered 2 Nordic-appearing men in Sonoma, California on the 22nd of October, 88. Note, the Ute Mountain Indian Reservation border, which superimposes the southern border of Colorado, lies only a relatively few miles north of the Archuleta Plateau. It extends from that point westward along the border of the Four Corner area. Just across the border in Utah, another branch facility apparently exists, according to John Lear, where another Dulce scientist is reported being held. Lear spoke with his father of this young scientist, referring to the father only as Mr. K, and attempted to locate the exact position of the base. Lear stated, "The son whose father I met and who passed away several years ago is apparently being held in a base near or around Sleeping Ute Mountain. Side note, Sleeping Ute Mountain is in the extreme southeast part of Utah, near the Four Corner area of the Ute Reservation, south of Utah Highway 666, which also runs through Colorado and down through New Mexico." End of note. I don't remember how I came by that information, but it had to do with some research I was conducting in a search for Project Blue Light base near Dolores, which I never found. In regards to Utah, there have been rumors of New World Order bases being constructed below southeastern Utah, with containment facilities where dissidents are intended to be apprehended underground when and if the New World Order takes control of the U.S. There are reportedly numerous such underground containment facilities throughout North America. The United States military is not the only force that has become involved with the war against the Greys. One of the major underground human forces who are very upset at the Greys over their violation of territorial agreements and abuses and atrocities that have been committed against various interplanetary human colonies include certain segments of the Telestian Aghardi Alliance, as well as some of the Syrian allies who are against the Greys. The following information was sent to a Utah researcher, Juliet Sweet, a personal friend of Sharula Ducks, who is reportedly a Aghardian princess from Talos, the city complex below Mount Shasta. The central metroplex of Talos is said to consist of a multi-leveled complex over 5 miles deep and at least 20 miles in circumference, which extends outward to subterranean colonial systems beyond. According to Sharilla, Talos has subterranean connections via tube shuttles to at least another 100 subterranean cities below North America, as well as cities below South America, such as the allied city of Pasig below the Mato Grosso region of Brazil. Many of these cities are maintained by ancient native North, South, and Central Americans. This letter was dated 2/7/93. Last month, I had your disc transcribed and read your materials in their entirety. Very interesting and full of well-cited facts. I appreciate your sense of groundedness when presenting your ideas. I am not familiar with the Syrian race, nor have I heard mention of them from Sharilla or Adama. The Greys do come up from time to time, and what has been communicated by the hierarchy is that they are indeed being asked forcibly, if necessary, to leave. The ousting process has been active for the last year or so, and Adama has indicated that Los Alamos will be one of the last areas to clear out. There has been some Star Wars types of conflict of late, but the masters tell us not to worry about that they have things well in hand. Sharilla's age is actually 267 years, although for surface ID purposes she says she was born in 1951. It helps where Social Security and passport purposes are concerned. You might want to update your materials to reflect her actual age. Note, during one lecture, Sharilla was asked what the Talasinians were doing about the problem with the Greys. Sharilla stated that the Talasinians' Aghardi silver fleets had confronted the Greys and told them to cease their abusive activities on this planet, to which the Greys responded that they have the right to continue their activities since the United States government has authorized their activities on Earth and in America. Are the Greys referring to the Nazi-backed CIA/NSA secret government, which has infiltrated America through murder and manipulation and established the alien interaction projects without congressional consent? It's as if these green-blooded, pencil-necked, melon-headed, blood-sucking parasites who break treaties, violate human will, permanently abduct, and even kill humans for scientific or substantious purposes, lie and deceive, disregard non-intervention ethics, destroy animals and property, manipulate the thoughts of the masses and their leaders against their conscious knowledge, ruin human lives on a mental, emotional, and physical level, and literally feed off of human life, including that of our children, have any place to give such excuses. Now, usually all of the reports that we've read as of recent are from Americans, and this next one is not, and it's very, very strange. It's actually from a report from a Japanese television crew and the Civilian Intelligence Network, Norio Hayokawa, which is the head of the Civilian Intelligence Network. Mr. Hayokawa was one of several individuals, including a Japanese film crew from the Nippon Television Network in Japan, who witnessed a flight maneuver of a brilliantly bright orange-yellowish light making extremely unorthodox flight patterns, including sudden acceleration, descension, and ascension, possibly exerting a force of multiple G's under extremely limited space and time, and even zigzag type movements, which on a field trip to an area just outside of Area 51 in Nevada on a Wednesday, February 21st, 1990, there were approximately 25 to 28 individuals in this group who witnessed this display. His brother-in-law, Itsuru Isokawa, also photographed the objects as they were in flight. With over 30 years of in-depth UFO investigation, Norio was instrumental in subsequent production of a 2-hour documentary program televised throughout Japan on March 24, 1990. The entire program dealt with Area 51 and also the crew's pursuit of the alleged genetic laboratory in New Mexico, that is, the Dulce facility. It is his contention that what could only be described as highly intelligent and deceptive ultra-dimensional entities materializing in disguise as aliens are collaborating with a secret government that is preparing to ingeniously stage a contact landing to bring about the New World Order. Really quick, that's really strange. Highly intelligent and deceptive ultra-dimensional entities materializing in disguise as aliens are collaborating with a secret world government that is preparing to ingeniously stage a contact landing to bring about the New World Order. Just hold that for a little bit in your mind and kick it around and think about that. Furthermore, Norio contends that the grand deception will immediately follow a rapid series of shocking, incredible events in succession, beginning with a Russian-backed Arab Confederacy attempt to invade Israel, simultaneous worldwide earthquakes, worldwide stock market crash, and a sudden mysterious evacuation of a segment of the planet's population, all of which will culminate in a quick official formation of the New World Order that will last for 7 years upon its inception. Norio also explains that the Great Deception and shocking series of events will put millions and millions of people worldwide in absolute stupor for months, during which time a special, extremely effective, multi-leveled mind control program will be activated to calm down the stunned populace. Norio has himself appeared on Japanese television, has lectured considerably, has appeared on the radio station in Phoenix, Arizona, and has been the subject of an article in the Arizona Republic, has published articles in the United States or U.S. Japanese Business News, was a guest on a Japanese talk show in March and April of 1990, and also appeared on the Billy Goodman Happening on KVG of Las Vegas several times. And he also made some appearances on Art Bell's Dreamland broadcast. He was also interviewed on the Anthony J. Hilder Show, Radio Free America, aired in Anchorage, Alaska, during which he spoke extensively about his interesting beliefs connecting the origin and nature of UFOs. In a letter dated January 28, 1991, Norio added the following comments concerning the Dulce facility and its possible connection with the mystery of inequity of Bible prophecy. I have been to Dulce with the Nippon television crew and interviewed many people over there, and came back with a firm conviction that something was happening around 10 to 15 years ago, including nightly sightings of strange lights and appearances of military jeeps and trucks. I am convinced that the Four Corner area is highly occult area. The only stretch of highway, namely Highway 666, runs through the Four Corner area from southeast Arizona to northwestern New Mexico and up. I have also heard that this Highway 666 came into existence in 1947 or 48, fairly close to the time of 47, the modern day beginning of the overt UFO appearance, the Kenneth Arnold incident, and, coincidentally or not, the establishment of Israel in 1948. All right, so pretty much what Norio is stating is that not only is the rest of the world, it's just not us. It's not just Americans that are aware of this new world order. The rest of the world is. This is not just an American, I hate saying the word /truth/conspiracy, /truth. It's worldwide. Everyone in the world knows that this is what they want, is a one world government. And that is startling. For a Japanese television crew to be filming over in Area 51 and looking for secrets of Dulce is it's just amazing. And Norio's statement, interdimensional beings disguised as aliens, actually I was talking to Steph, and Steph and I were talking, and he has a very, very similar philosophy. He does not buy the whole UFO thing. He does not buy into it. He thinks these things are multidimensional as well. He thinks that they just, found a rift and came through and realized, hey, this is a good place. It's nuts, man. It's really strange what's going on. Now, I'm going to include some pictures of Nightmare Hall, which is, as you know, Dulce's kind of a mad scientist, 6th level. So,
all right, folks, like I said, a level in Dulce that was full of just horrific atrocities, things that shouldn't have occurred, creatures that shouldn't have been made, just hell on earth. Guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's Midnight Snack bonus as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Please, everyone, thank you. Please just stay safe, happy, and healthy. Thank you for all of your support. But most importantly, these creatures are out there. They are watching us. That's why we need to watch our pets, our children, our loved ones, our friends, while we are out enjoying nature. God bless everyone.